Hi guys, thought I would give you a little update on the state of the garden. Today is May 25th. This morning, I'm hoping was our last risk of frost. It was 3 degrees Celsius, which is, it's below 40 Fahrenheit. There wasn't actually a frost warning from Environment Canada for my area, so yesterday was a holiday, and I went ahead and planted my tomatoes. I haven't planted peppers yet, or squash and cucumbers, things like that, the really sensitive, heat-loving things. But this is just kind of an overview. This bed got moved. A couple of beds actually got moved, 2 of the 4x4s. And this is a brand new bed, a 4x8. Which, just for reference, oh my gosh, the prices of lumber have gone up a lot. Like, just for reference, I built these 3 4x8 beds last year, and I think it was, I don't know, $90 to build all 3 using 8-foot lengths of 2x10, and so it would have been 9 pieces. So that was, about $10 each, because I used 3 per bed. This one bed cost $83. What? That's crazy. I don't know how anyone's building a house right now. But anyway, that was just a little side story. So there's one more long bed going in that empty corner, which is currently still over there. It has a lot of perennials. Let's just look at it first, I guess. It has a lot of perennial things that have been here because I had nowhere else to put them ready. So we've got a nice big rhubarb. This one was started from seed, I don't know, probably 3 years ago now. There's strawberries scattered throughout. These are an everbearing. I'm not sure what the variety was. It may have been one of several. This was a chive plant that bloomed last year for the first time. I think this is its 3rd year. I started it from seed as well. And these are 2 lavender plants. Also started from seed. There's some more strawberries. I have some raspberries. One is a red and one is a golden. I'm not sure which one is which anymore. And a lot of them have started suckering a lot more. This is their 3rd year, I think. There's some suckers there. And I started with 1 plant of each, and now I think there's probably 5 or 6 plants at least. Some more strawberries over here, a random garlic that got missed. These are haskap or honeyberries, as they're known sometimes. They're a lot smaller than the haskap that I bought last year, but the reason is, I think it was 2 years ago, it might have been 3 years ago, and this is going to be the same story for my blueberries. We had a really late June frost one year, and it set back a lot of nursery plants. So I got these like discounted 75% off or something like that, because they got hit really hard and they looked dead. But they were in, I don't know, 3 or 4 inch pots, so they were small to start with. They were smaller than my other haskap to start with. But they're finally starting to look like they're putting on some growth, so I'm happy about that. Sometimes those sale plants, I don't know, they set you back years. I don't know if they're truly worth it, but we'll go around this side so my shadow's not in the way. Here are some asparagus plants also that I started from seed. There's, I don't know, 5 or 6 of them in this garden. And here's my blueberries. This one isn't looking as good as the other one, but it's still looking a lot better than it has. And it actually has a few buds on it, which it hasn't had since the year that I bought it, and it got trashed by the frost. And here's the other one. And it also has some flowers for the first time, which is awesome. Lots more strawberries, as you can see. They're all starting to flower. There's some more of the raspberry shoots. And then this is a lovage plant, which is basically kind of like a perennial celery. Now we'll go check out over here. Okay, there's nothing in this newest bed yet. This was one that we also moved on the weekend. So far, I plan on an arch trellis going between these two beds, and also the bed that hasn't moved yet and this bed. So this one will have an arch coming off of either side of it. And right now I have cabbage. There's 3 cabbages and cauliflower. I think I have graffiti, and 2 are graffiti and 1 is Snowball X. Then we have a whole bunch of leftover brassicas that I'll try to find space for. This is the music garlic that I've been growing for 4 years, I think now. It's doing really well. Over in this bed, I think I'm going to put a couple of cherry tomatoes on these stakes. This is a transplanted sage plant. This bed we moved on the weekend as well from on the other side of the yard. This is that rose that we moved, a rugosa rose. These are the tomatoes I've got planted. I've got one that I kind of broke the stem of when I was planting it. I'm hoping he bounces back, because I think that's the only start I had. It's a Dr. Weish's. But if he doesn't, I'll replace him with something else. There's some Scotia, some Starfire Improved. There's Black Crim, Black from Tula. There's Kellogg's Breakfast, Triple L Crop. I'm not sure what, pink, German pink, a few others in here. Over here, this is my other house cat. So much healthier than the other 2, but he hasn't been treated the way the other 2 were, and he's getting some blossoms here as well. Oops. Some chives going on here. One of these is a pink chive. I think it's this big one. It has pink flowers instead of the standard purple. And there's some garlic chives. There's a little clump that I started last year. There's also some ranunculus corms in here that I had left over from another spot. That's a comfrey plant. It was a teeny tiny transplant last year. It's already twice the size as it was last year. And these are some Egyptian walking onions. And in around, it's random little bulbils that I've found sprouting in other places of the garden as we've moved beds. Some things that I've missed have started growing elsewhere. So this is the other garlic bed. This is the first time I've grown, I think this is Metechi, and I'm not sure what's going on with it. It's been fertilized. I've been watering it regularly. It's just not looking as good as the other varieties. I don't know if that's like normal for this variety. And it seems to be just kind of lagging behind some of the other ones. In between it and the next variety, there's some music bulbils growing. This is German white, and this is chestnut. So here we have potatoes starting to come up here. They're looking good. They're in there way too close, but we'll have lots of new little potatoes. That'll be fine. This is, I have red bok choy and just your standard bok choy. Something's eating it. I think it's slugs. They didn't used to be a problem, but they seem to be worse this year than previous. And we have some spinach over there. Over here, I use these hula hoops as basically a row cover support, which I do not have my bug netting on yet, but I need to do that soon. These are mostly brassicas in here. I have some Brussels sprouts, some kohlrabi, there's some more cauliflower, more bok choy. These are further along, these bok choys. There's kale. Did I say broccoli? And I'll probably, in some of the bigger spaces, I'll probably shove some lettuce in there just to pick off of. It'll be finished before any of this is ready to harvest. But I want to get it covered, so I haven't seen any cabbage worms or cabbage moths yet, but basically as soon as you see them, you're almost already too late, so got to get these covered. This bed, I have sweet peas growing up either side of this trellis here, and I also have some ranunculus and anemones in here, and some random garlic bulbs that I missed. I haven't seen any buds yet. I'm getting anxious. I'm so ready for flowers. And over on this side, these are all Jerusalem artichokes. And they actually go into the ranunculus and stuff. I thought I had a smaller area that I had planted them in, like just kind of here, but I actually went further with them, so they're kind of coming up in the middle, but that's okay. Over here, there's a few more ranunculus and anemones. I think these are all anemones. And my onions, guys, I struggle with onions. So this year I decided I wasn't buying, those little onion starts anymore. That I was going to start some from seed and transplant the plugs. They have not grown at all. They've been in here for at least 3 weeks. I don't know if they're going to make it. There's a row of carrots in between. These are Utah, sweet Utah yellow or something, and then those are Rossi di Milano, I think, over there, and a patch of carrots in the middle, which are Scarlet Nantes, I think. I've seen 1 or 2 little sprouts. I don't know how many carrots we're gonna get. I might have to reseed some. And then over here, this is the strawberry and asparagus bed. So in any little holes where some of my asparagus didn't overwinter, I'll transplant some of those larger ones from that perennial bed. And you can see most of the strawberries that we planted are coming up. We're starting to put on a lot of new green growth. And there's my chamomile that's growing like crazy. Oh, one other thing I wanted to show you. I had a whole bunch of, this is all self-seeded summer savory, which is awesome. It smells amazing when you rub your hands along it. Oh yeah, and some wild blowbush blueberries that I am trying to transplant. I tried last year too, they didn't really take, but I'm gonna keep trying. So that's the state of the garden as it stands, end of May.